Welcome to the Local Vibe podcast, unscripted, it's uncensored, the real deal straight up music talk. Please like and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook.
Welcome back here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be the first to welcome you back to another live episode here of the Local Vibe Music Podcast. I said this before and I'll say it again. Thank you very much for supporting this channel. Those of you that are on here supporting this channel, I appreciate that very much. Thank you for doing that. And we have plenty of people coming up on the studio here. We got a great schedule. So take a look at that. Take a look at the Facebook page, the YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That would definitely help. And so I only want to talk a little bit about the Local Vibe right here, bringing you local talent straight to YouTube live. And today we have a treat for you guys that I'm gonna introduce here in just a few minutes. But the one thing that makes the Local Vibe very, very special is it's unscripted, unfiltered. Everything is just going to be straight from the heart, straight up music talk. And today I have a very, very special guest here as well. And with that, I would like to turn it over here to my left-hand side. And I have Mr. Jim Mann introduced here. Jim, say hello.
Hello, everybody out there in the radio land.
Yeah, all right. And we finally got him in the schedule. I had, when I was putting together the schedule, I knew that he was one of the people that I wanted to get in the studio. And my gosh, we'll talk about some talent that we're going to talk about here in just a few more minutes. So once again, welcome everybody. We got a great show lined up for you. We're going to play some tunes, hopefully live here. Mr. Jim's going to play some tunes for us on the piano. So, get you a cup of coffee, get you a cold beer, whatever it is, kick back, relax, and we're going to take you for a good entertainment tonight. All right. Okay, very good. Well, I want to talk a little bit about my sponsor tonight, and my sponsor is with limo.limo, and it is Event and Airport Transportation, LLC. Michael, let's put that video up there. Yeah, all right. So once again, I know I talked about this as well, and my first sponsor here of the Local Vibe music video podcast is Event Airport Transportation. I mean, check it out. Look at those rides up there. This guy's got some amazing, beautiful vehicles, and he can be reached at 720-699-1575. This is Ernesto. You can give him a call and let him know that Fast Eddie sent you, and he's going to hook you up with a good ride. Now, check this out. He's doing Red Rocks. I mean, that is sweet, right? If you ever been to a concert at Red Rocks, you want to get a vehicle up there, you want to do a little bit of tailgating, give him a call. He's got you covered. He'll take you up there. He'll bring you back safely. You don't have to worry about driving, and take you and bring you back at ease very, very safely, okay? That's one thing. And then also ski resorts. I know that ski season's coming up. That's going to be big, getting out to the mountains or from the airport to the mountains. It's pretty hectic getting on I-70. You know how that drive could be. Don't worry about it. Give Ernesto a call, and he's going to hook you up. Again, limo.limo and 720-699-1575. Oh, yeah. All right, so now I would like to talk to Jim a little bit. Jim, welcome to the show, and it's so happy to have you here, Jim. And I got one of your favorite instruments right in front of you today.
It's a nice keyboard too, Eddie.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah,
you have good taste.
Yes, I do. And I know you do as well, because I've been to your place. I've seen your equipment. He's got some really nice equipment as well. And when I thought about bringing him in, I was like, you know what? I'm going to set up my keyboard and maybe he could play a tune for us, So anyways, so thank you, Jim. And, with here at the Local Vibe podcast, everything is just live. It's unscripted. And, we're going to take it easy. We're going to talk a little bit about music. Obviously, that's the main purpose about our podcast show. So let's just start with, Jim, if you could tell us a little bit about where you grew up and kind of your background, if you would.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up in West Tennessee in a little town called Collierville, Tennessee, right outside Memphis.
Okay.
And I started playing music at a very early age. I was forced into piano at 6 years old.
Oh, interesting. Okay, nice.
And it was the classical training, and it was tough, and I didn't like it, but I stuck it out until I got into junior high. It's about the time the Beatles came out and the Rolling Stones in 64, 65.
There you go.
And I just couldn't hack the classical piano anymore. So I had friends that wanted to put a band together, and I could play a little bit of guitar. I taught myself guitar, but they needed a bass player. So I went down to a pawn shop on Beale Street, paid $35 for my first bass.
Wow, $35. Ain't that something? Huh? Amazing.
And then a band was born.
Nice.
We did that through junior high, and then in high school we played all the dances after the football games.
Oh, okay.
Sock hops.
Interesting.
And I had quite a local following there in West Tennessee.
Gotcha.
And, well, then it came time to graduate, and the band split, and we all went our different ways. I went to school at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville.
Okay.
I was going to be an electrical engineer. So I spent 3 years in electrical engineering and had gotten into the junior level and simply hated it. I did not like the way I was being taught because my music kept flaring up in the back of my mind. I said, what am I going to do with this? So at any rate, into my junior year in electrical engineering, I changed my major to music.
Nice. We're going to applause to that for sure. Heck yeah, that was awesome. All right.
And I had never been happier. I was really struggling in engineering, and when I got into music, everything was I just gobbled it up. I was so hungry for it.
Right.
And so my grades improved drastically.
Okay.
And I played in bands while I was in music school there too. There's a lot of people in the music school that do bands on the side. So I got into several of those. It was a really good time there. And after I graduated, I stayed there, tried to do music full time, and it just didn't pay the bills. I think most musicians can relate to that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, Jim, and I'm glad you bring that up, right? A lot of us, especially here up and down the Front Range, we've had the privilege to work together, Jim and I as well. We're going to talk about that as well. But, people do it for the love and the passion, right? Because really, again, for local small musicians, until you hit it big, it's not going to be that much pay. It's not going to be a lot of money. So your passion has to be there. You have to be willing to do that and make that sacrifice that, hey, you may not make a lot of money, and I think that's one thing that you'll find in common with a lot of us local musicians that that we all know that we do it because that's what we love, right? It's our passion. So so continue, Jim.
Yeah, so graduated from UT with a degree in music composition.
Nice.
Minor in electrical engineering.
Okay.
So that paid the bills for a while.
Right.
I did have to get a job. I tried music, and it, like I say, it's a tough road to hoe. Right. But we had plenty of gigs. I was playing in one band that was very, very popular, and then when it came to an end, I formed another band, and this was a very unique band. This was back in the late '80s, early '90s. I put together a MIDI band.
Okay.
And I don't know, for most of you musicians out there, you'll know what I'm talking about, and your skin crawls at the thought of it. But a MIDI band is basically a keyboard player and a guitar player. That's what we had. And I programmed all of the instruments, the bass, the drums, the strings, the horns, and played keyboards. And then we had 3 singers up front, a guitar player, me, and 3 singers. And you won't believe how popular we were.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
But it was so confining because all your songs were sequenced. You couldn't vary what you were going to do.
Right.
And I really got tired of that. It's
gotcha.
get put in a box. The music sounded great, but there was no feeling to it.
Right. Okay, I'm with you.
And I really, really missed that. The interaction of playing with the.
Sure.
I mean, the guitar player played together, but
Right.
we knew what each other was going to play on each song, so
Yeah.
things weren't too exciting, if you know what I mean.
Jim, it kind of reminds me, and I'm pretty sure there's some of you musicians out there that can probably attest to this. When we all went through COVID, right? There was a lot of. I remember buying a looper because I had some gigs that I was playing over at a place in Littleton. And loopers at that time were becoming pretty popular because of the fact that, after COVID-19 hit and all that stuff, people were trying to figure out ways that they could still play music and not have a lot of people around. And if anybody's familiar with the looper, that's a great way to do it. But I definitely understand, right? The feeling is not quite the same as you're building that, guitar player, rhythm, lead guitar player, bass player, cajon, whatever it may be, bongos. There's just something about playing live, and you bounce that feeling off of those players, right? And I think that's
interaction.
the interaction, right? You can feel it, and you know where the beginning of the song is, you know where the middle of the song is, you know where the hook is. As you come to an end, those sorts of things that, being a real musician, you get to feel all that, right? So I definitely understand, your feelings there. So anyways, continue, Jim. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the band was going pretty good, and we had a lot of gigs, and I just was totally disinterested in it anymore. About that time, my job at working as an electrical engineer for TVA ended, and so we moved back to West Tennessee, and I got a job with an electrical contractor there, and really wasn't interested in doing music. I was so burned out from doing the MIDI thing and all that. Plus, I was the business manager and handling all the details for the band.
Sure, yeah, booking the gigs.
And
too.
you know how hard.
Yes, exactly.
It's a real chore. But at any rate, I let that band go, and then we moved, and I didn't get back into it immediately. Some friends of ours invited us to their church, and I'd never been to a charismatic church before, so didn't really know what to expect. But it was pretty wild. It was fairly tame, but when we were parked in the parking lot, and we're walking up to the sanctuary there, you could hear the bass in the parking lot. Mm. And I said, I think I'm gonna like this. So we went and visited there, and actually became members of that church. And I started playing on the praise team, and I was on their praise team for 15 years.
Oh, okay.
And the church went through a lot of changes, and I decided to take a break from it. So this was probably 2015 or something like that, 2016. 2019 came along, and that's when COVID hit.
Right.
Well, we have two brand new grandsons out here in Colorado, and we were in Memphis, Tennessee, and the prospects of getting out here because of COVID were very slim. So we just made a command decision. We talked to our kids and told them what we were planning, and we just decided we were going to up and move to Denver so we could be close to you all. So we put our house up for sale. We came up here and we found a house in one day, and this was right before the housing market went crazy.
Right.
And it's a beautiful house. Got a beautiful basement for my music room.
I've seen that, yes. Yeah, thank you for having me over. I can tell you that I've been there before, and it's a huge basement, yes.
Anyway, that gets us up to where we have moved here to Denver, or to Parker.
Parker, Colorado.
And I didn't know anybody here, except my family. And so I didn't, have a way to connect with people musically. So anyway, I think next door I was on there, and then Tyler James was on there, and he and I hooked up and started just jamming together, playing together. And we did that for a few months, and then Tyler said, "Have you heard about this thing called Flash Jam?" So I'm going to leave that right there. That's when Flash Jam came
there you go.
Scene.
Again. And ladies and gentlemen, if you hadn't seen or heard the first episode, definitely go back and check that out because we had the founder of Flash Jam here and a lot of musicians that I'm going to be interviewing over the next few weeks. We kind of all met up there at some point in time where, people were coming in and playing. And again, I talked about this, just a great network of people. And I think that's what Jim's talking about. All right.
Yes,
awesome, Jim.
yes.
Well, cool, yeah, and that's a great story, and I love to hear stories like that, right? Because again, everybody's got a background and kind of how they start. Jim, if you didn't know, I also started in a church band when I was 10 years old, and I actually started playing drums first. That was the first instrument I ever played was drums, and family musicians that I have in my family. One of my uncles that I was very close to, that's not too older than I am, just a couple years. We grew up together. And he also played music, so it was in our blood, it was in our family, and there you go, right? That's what happens. But Jim, what were a few of your inspirations? Growing up in Tennessee, in Western Tennessee, and growing up as you were talking about, who were some of your inspirations at that time that inspired you?
Oh wow, I was a big fan of when I was growing up, a big fan of Jimi Hendrix. I mean,
nice, very nice.
And the rock band that we put together, we had a good guitar player, and we played some Jimi Hendrix.
Very nice, yeah.
Led Zeppelin. Those were big influences early on.
Early on, gotcha.
As I matured a little bit, and when I got into college, I got more into jazz.
Okay.
I love Chick Corea, Return to Forever, and the Rippingtons. There's a whole slew of them there that really wonderful bands, and it opened my eyes. I'd never been exposed to jazz before, and
Gotcha.
this was kind of jazz fusion, and it really spoke to me.
Interesting. Yeah. I respect the heck out of jazz and jazz players. I don't know a whole lot about it. Over the years, I've learned a little bit here and there, and had some friends that played it, and I love to listen to it. I love to listen to it. It's amazing playing. It's a different style for sure. It's a different style of playing, and respect the heck out of it. Can't play much of the jazz, but
Our sax player in Copper Creek, Drew, is an excellent sax player, and he plays with some other jazz bands around town. He's been trying to drag me into it, and Drew, I got enough going on. Sorry, buddy.
I know. At some point in time, you have enough projects. You're like, well, wait a minute. Yeah. No, I've met Drew. He's an amazing sax player. Yeah, he played with us. Jim and I actually, for those of you listening, we got to collaborate together, and we played on a song. We have an original song that we're going to play here in a little bit. And I had the privilege to work with Jim in his basement, so which was awesome.
Yeah.
And those of us that are dialing in from Texas, I know when you live up here in the Rockies, you get a little spoiled because here basements are big. I don't know about Tennessee. Were they big in Tennessee? No, not really.
No,
okay,
not really.
Same thing in Texas. I mean, I think some of the older subdivisions might have had them, but we didn't grow up with basements. And here in Colorado, our basements are just awesome, you know? And it was kind of cool being part of the Flash Jam because you get to go over to people's houses and you get to check out their basements and see their setup, just like Jim is looking at today. And also I've seen his basement as well. So, yeah, we get a little spoiled with that, which is awesome with finished basements because you can do a lot, especially for musicians. Do tons of it. So. Well, that's awesome, Jim. And then, also, I definitely recognize you as a composer, songwriter. I know for a fact you've written some songs. Tell us a little bit about some of the songs that you've written.
Wow. I do have a degree in music composition, but they didn't teach us to write pop songs or rock songs. It was classical, so I had a very classical-based training. And a lot of the things we do in popular music go against the rules in classical music.
Right.
But it's all in how you perceive it, and if it sounds good and it feels good, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Gotcha.
They ragged on me about parallel force, how you can't do that. Well, yeah, you can.
Nice. I don't remember exactly who I heard this from, but somebody once told me, it might have been one of my good buddies. Sometimes when music doesn't make sense. That's how some of the great songwriters have put together, various songs out there, right? When you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense, then you're making music, And I think that's the Jim's point right there. So interesting, yeah.
But I also I had the pleasure of working under a renowned composer for one semester, David Van Vactor, and most of you probably not heard of him. He was a early 20th century composer. I think he was born in Austria, but he immigrated to the U.S. and had written several symphonies. And I learned a lot from him in the short time I was under him. He forced me to write in different styles.
Oh, interesting.
To explore and to try different things. And
sure.
And I still do that today.
Nice. Yeah, that, and again, that Jim brings up another good point, right? We've all kind of learned things from people over the years. And, I'm one that's always keeping my mind open and learning. I've learned some things from Jim. I learned some things from all the people that I play with, and it's kind of like there's never an end, right? And you're like, well, when am I going to get really, really good? Well, that's part of the journey. You get good and you get better and you get better. It's never like, okay, I'm here, I'm a master, and sure, there's some people that out there that are 100% masters, but even them, they're still learning, know?
Yes.
And I think that's very powerful and very important to keep your mindset open and learn. Before Jim came into the studio here, we were kind of catching up, and we were talking about our time in the studio. And Michael can put up a picture there that we have. I had the opportunity to work with Jim and a few other good musicians that, again, we kind of all met in Flash Jam. And there's just a couple pictures there where we spent some time in the studio. Really nice studio in kind of the northern downtown area. I think, Jim, it was like Federal and something. Anyways, Colorado Sounds is the name of that studio. And we got to spend some time there. And my gosh, we learned so much. I learned so much, being in this studio. And I'll never forget when the gentleman, the producer, taught us when he was talking to all of us about the timing and, BPMs and just some of his secrets that they have up their sleeve, right? And just some amazing things that you learn, again, keeping your mindset open, learning from various experiences, playing live, playing in studios, all that stuff, right? Just amazing stories, but definitely helped.
Yeah, it was Mr. Tom Kepek.
There you go.
That was our producer.
That was our producer.
He's a wonderful producer.
He is, yep. And I think he also plays in a band, right?
Yeah, he plays keyboards.
Yes, that's right. I was trying to think the name of his band. I believe it is called...
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. I'll think about it here in just a few minutes. But he does.
Blinker Fluid.
Blinker Fluid. There you go. We got it.
Something weird.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Blinker Fluid, you got to go check those guys out. He's the producer that produced our song, and that we recorded. We had an opportunity to record. So, Jim, a couple more questions for you. In terms of singing, I know you also sing a little bit as well, right?
Right.
And then in terms of your bands that I know you got a couple projects going on. We were talking about that as well as you came in. What are some of the names of the bands that you play with, Jim?
Well, I really have two main bands that I'm playing with right now. One, Copper Creek, I guess I've been with the longest. That's Tyler, the guy that I first met when we moved here. He's in that band with me.
Okay.
And we're just now starting to get where we're playing out a bit and trying to, we've got our set list down and learn a lot of good dance songs and songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Very nice.
And and we've gotten a good positive response from it.
Nice.
I was approached through Flash Jam by another guitar player, Bruce Eisenhart, that played in Flash Jam, and he invited me to come audition for his band, Sideways 7. So I went and auditioned with them, and we instantly got along, and so I'm also with Sideways 7. And it's a very good band, a little more on the country side, but
okay.
There's a lot of country folks around here.
Yes, there is, right? Yeah. I think we've the band that I play with, Iron Philly, we've kind of fiddled around with it as well, and at some point in time. So yeah, there is definitely we are in Colorado, right? So there's country here.
Yeah.
So that's Sideways 7. That was kind of a little bit more established band. I think you were saying.
They've been together before I came along.
Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
Had gone through some changes, but they're a very good band, and they have a pretty good sized following too. So we play a lot of private parties. They don't do a lot of clubs, but mostly private parties.
Gotcha. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys get a chance, let's put that up on the screen there, Michael. We get his Facebook pages. There's a couple Facebook pages that Mr. Jim Mann plays with, and so here's Sideways 7. You can check them out on Facebook, just as it pronounces there, Sideways 7. And this is where you can find some of their latest videos and latest information, some pictures, and probably where they're playing. With Sideways 7, Jim, do you have any upcoming gigs that you're aware of, those guys?
No, we've actually taken the month of December off. People are traveling, and we're going to get back to it in January. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. That definitely makes sense. You got to make time to, stay home and hang out with the loved ones, too, as we get busy.
Well, and there's 7 people in this band, eight people with our sound man, so it takes...
That's right. It's a big band, right?
It's a lot to coordinate.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. And then what about Copper Creek? I know you're playing, as a matter of fact, pretty soon, right?
Copper Creek is actually most of the people in Copper Creek, in fact, all of the people in Copper Creek came out of Flash Jam.
Okay. There you go. There's another band right there.
Our guitar player, Kevin, and then Tyler on the rhythm, Drew on sax, Gene on bass, and Tamala singing
very cool
lead, and me on keys, and Wade on drums.
Right, and yeah, Wade, I love Wade. He played with us too on the song. And you guys are playing. I think you guys play tomorrow, or when do you? Or is it this weekend or next weekend?
No, next weekend.
Next weekend. Okay, so you guys play next weekend. Again, you can check out their Facebook. They have a Facebook page, and you can kind of see where they're playing. I believe there is that one there. I believe that says Pines.
Yeah,
is that was a previous one, right? That you played
right,
at?
right, yeah.
So yeah, go check these guys out as well. Copper Creek and Sideways 7. And Mr. Jim Mann stays busy with these bands. Those of you that don't know, Jim has been also part of the Flash Jam since season 1. Like I said, we played on a song together, and but even then we were talking about he's been to a lot of the Flash Jam events, and I think we were talking about earlier that maybe a couple, 1 or 2 that he might have missed. And that was probably because he was sick or out of town or something like that, or maybe on vacation in Cancun or somewhere like that, some cool place. Aruba, there you go. See, I was close. Nice. Can't turn that down. Wait a minute. Aruba, or do I go to Flash Jam, right? Choices. So yeah, but really that's the only time he really missed any of the Flash Jam events. But Jim has been there and so loyal to that group as well, and has done a lot. He's a great man. I've gotten to work with him and know him personally, so definitely done some great things. And then Jim, another question for you: do you have any upcoming projects that you're kind of working that maybe you can kind of? And if it's if it's a secret, that's fine too. But do you have anything kind of in the pipeline that you're working on, or is 2 enough for you right now?
Well, two is enough right now. Our goal is we have a bunch of original songs, and we're trying to get those honed in and get to the studio and record them.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of where we're headed right now.
Very nice. Yep.
Still learning new songs to go play, but. Concentrating on getting these originals done.
Okay, very good. Yeah. Jim is again with the degree in music. He can put stuff on paper. I've personally seen some of his stuff that he puts down on paper and can compose a song. And then getting to the studio is kind of the next piece of that, right? You start to put all those pieces together and you use the the producers and kind of their mindset and their thoughts about, hey, do it this way and do it that way and tweak this a little bit and tweak that, and all those little pieces of the puzzle come together, and it's the magic that's forming, and that makes the song, right? So
the really cool thing about Copper Creek is that I'm not the only one that writes songs.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Tyler, our rhythm guitar player, Tyler writes some beautiful songs.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Kevin, lead guitar player, he writes songs, and we've played a couple of his. Nice. And then Tamala and Gene write songs together, so we've done one of theirs too.
Nice, very good. Yeah, and we're going to show you a couple of videos of some of Jim's work that he's been working on as well. But one more thing before we go to the music, and I know there's some people that want to definitely hear Jim play. Advice, Jim, from your perspective, and I respect this man so much. I was just talking to him about, he's it reminds me of my dad as well. My dad's always been a great supporter. So thanks, Dad, for tuning in. If you are, love you, pops. And but some words of advice, Jim, from you, from somebody who maybe is just starting out in music. Maybe they picked up a guitar, they picked up some keys, whatever it may be. What are a few words of advice that you could give them?
That's a loaded question.
Right? Yes.
No, I guess one of the main things that you have to make up your mind that this is what you want to do.
Sure. Okay.
And you've got to commit to putting in the time to learn your instrument, whether it's guitar, keyboards, drums, whatever. You have to put in the time to learn the basics. And,
Sure.
if you're willing to do that, the rest will come.
Nice.
Some people can't get past the basics. I mean, I teach piano on the side too, and people don't understand why I make them play scales. Well, it's all part of the learning process. Scales and arpeggios for keyboards.
Sure.
You've got to do those. So, and also don't be afraid to go play with other people. And that's what's so wonderful about Flash Jam. It gives you the opportunity to go play with other people of similar quality. We have all types in Flash Jam, from, expert musicians to novice people.
Sure, right.
And, it's just, you got to stick with it. I guess that's the main thing that I want to try to get across to you, is that you have to stick with it. It doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
There are some flash in the pans out there that can play guitar and keyboards and drums, and I won't mention Hutch's name, but
Nice, very nice. Yeah, but no, I agree. Round of applause for Jim there, and some great words of advice for new musicians that might be starting. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Jim. I think I picked up guitar. Oh gosh, I don't know, probably when I moved to Colorado, so 15 years. And one of my buddies back in San Antonio, I'm originally from San Antonio, but he always asked me, like, hey, how many times a day are you practicing? I said, I practice guitar all day, every day. There's not a single day that I don't play it. And I said, I got a guitar in my bedroom. I got a guitar in my restroom. I got one in my top living room, my bottom living room. Everywhere I walk, there's a guitar because I'm picking it up. Originally, I'm a drummer. I started playing drums when I was 10 years old, but I also play keys. But that's just it, right? I think exactly what he's saying. Just stick to it. Continue to do it, and again, you're never going to hit the finish line. You're just going to continue to get better and better, and you just evolve.
That's right.
That's the one thing we were talking about with Flash Jam, is just how musicians evolve over time, and what a great place! What a great place to do that, and gives you the opportunity to do that. So, all right, awesome. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. All right, Michael, let's go to the comments. Do we have any comments? Maybe let's just see if we have any questions that maybe some of the guests have been asking, or anything like that we can help answer.
Actually, there's a comment from Lexi saying, how long has Jim been a part of Flash Jam?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mr. Mann, how long have you been part of Flash Jam? I know the answer, but I'll let you answer.
Since it was born. It was birthed in September of 2021, wasn't it?
2021. Yeah. I tell you what, the years go by super fast. Right? They do. They go by fast. All right. Awesome. That's a great question, Lexi. Thank you for asking that. All right. Any other questions, Michael?
And then from Mikey, Fast Eddie, big fan.
Fast Eddie, big fan. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm trying out here. All right. What else we got, Michael? Anything else?
No, that should be it.
All right, awesome. Well, let's play a couple of videos. I know Jim has some content that we want to show. Maybe we can play a couple of those videos, and Jim, you can kind of walk us through what we're looking at. But
right.
Let's get some of those up on the screen, and when you get a chance, you got to come see them play. All right, what do we got here? Here's a video.
All right, this is Copper Creek.
Okay.
And this is the song 2506-4.
250624. All right. We were just talking about that, and this is yeah, those horns are something else, huh?
They really add a lot, don't they?
So we got Drew on sax, right?
Right. Tyler on trombone, and I'm playing the trumpet parts on the synth.
Okay. I see you back there, yep. And I believe that is Kevin.
Kevin really gets down on this one. Yeah, he does a great
Nice.
job.
Very cool. That's awesome. Jim, you were talking earlier about Chicago. Those of you that are not familiar with Chicago, and I was joking around with Michael back here. He's my production guy. Let's give it up for Michael on production.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael. And, it was funny because he looked at the title of the song and he's like, and I was like, Michael, hey, make sure you put the title down. And he's like, 2506. I don't know, what is this? And I was like, no, that's the name of the song. So I was kind of joking around with him and I said, Michael, you might be too young to know what Chicago is, right? But let me tell you, I was telling Jim, I remember the first time I heard Chicago, and that was from my dad, which again is pretty similar in age with Jim here. And my dad introduced me to Chicago, and that's how I knew, because we used to listen to that on cassette in our house in the back. So it was awesome to know that. All right, Michael. And then there's another video there, and I think Jim brought a couple. So that was with Copper Creek, and then the other one, I believe,
Well, I've got one of the originals.
Okay, yeah, let's go to the original one. And that one, what's that called again, Jim?
Jacky.
Jacky. All right.
I wrote this one a couple of years ago.
Okay. And Jim, you're actually singing there, right?
I'm actually singing.
Yep, I hear you. I can hear that bass line. That's Gene.
That's Gene, yeah.
It's got that jazzy feel to it as well, right? Yeah. Nice. All right, awesome. Jim, and that one was your intention kind of to make it jazzy feel? Is that, it sounds great. Yeah, I can definitely hear that in there. And is there anywhere where people can find this song? Do you have it on any stream media or anything like that?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
This is one of the ones we're going to go record very shortly.
Gotcha. Very good. Yeah, it's got a great sound to it, and I can hear that bass line as well. All right, awesome. And those are all folks, again, from Flash Jam that that Jim had a privilege to meet and put together that song. So awesome. All right, and then I believe there was one more too, because this is the country band that you play with, right?
Sideways 7, yeah.
Sideways 7. So let's put that up there on the screen for them as well. And this is also a group that you can find on Facebook. Go check these guys out. Nice harmonies.
Hear me doing the fiddle parts?
Yeah, I can hear it in the background. Yeah. And Jim, what do you primarily play on your keyboard? Is it a Yamaha?
Yeah.
Yamaha. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right. Jim, and I counted 8, right? So there's there's 8 because you get the drummer and then yourself, right? Nice. Yeah, so that's a great band too. If you guys haven't had a chance to go check those guys out, they have a Facebook page. Go check them out. A little bit more established band, and got some great harmonies there, right? So go check those guys out and see where they're playing next.
I don't even have to sing with them.
Right, there you go. You can take a break, rest the voice.
Right.
Nice. Very cool. All right, awesome. All right, and then then also we were gonna have Jim see if we can play a couple of tunes, and I brought out the Roland. I know he's used to playing with a Yamaha. Yamahas are nice. This is one that I picked up a few years back. It's one of my babies that I love to play with as well. But Jim, do you want to play a little tune for us?
Sure.
What do you think? All right, let's check it out.
So this is Steely Dan.
Oh, nice.
Who wrote that tired sea song set on that peaceful shore? I think I've heard this one before. Well, the danger on the rocks is surely past. Remain tied to the mast. Could it be that I have found my home at last? Home at last. Little Steely Dan.
Nice. What a beautiful song. That's awesome. Yeah, I tell you what, piano is one of those instruments that just just grabs you and pulls you in. I know that's why I was always attracted to playing piano. And believe it or not, I was when I started learning how to play guitar, like I learned how to play keys first, and I took my keys and I placed it on the fretboard of the guitar and said, okay, there's my F. I'm gonna go from F to my F sharp to my G, and then that's how I kind of put those together, But Jim's got an amazing sound. Michael, you can definitely hear the difference, right? I was playing earlier, and this is a seasoned man right here that's playing piano, man, for sure. All right, Jim, play another one for us, man. What else you got?
Let's see here. Okay. Platform, the man get me news. He said, you must be joking, son. Where did you get those shoes? Where did you get those shoes? Well, I seen them on the TV, the movie show. They say the times are changing, but I just don't know. These days are gone forever, over a long time ago.
Oh my God.
Another
Beautiful.
Steely Dan.
That's right. I forgot that about you. You're a Steely Dan fan. Yes, that's right. That's right. Awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Jim. Thanks for doing that. Yeah. All right. And then also, I also wanted to play another, and we have this on YouTube. This song is a song that I had a privilege to work with Jim on, and it's called The Page After. And I was trying to think, I know the reason why we came up with that name, but anyways, let it sink for a little bit. And this song you can find on YouTube, you can find on iTunes, you can find on Spotify. We do have it up on the platforms. So Michael, let's play that one. That's The Page After, and this is called Get On Down.
It's time to start the show. Notes ring out and it's on. Not long to see how well we know this song. People come from miles around to make a splash to catch that flash jam sound. Some new, just learning guitar. Someone down from years of playing the star.
Love it. I love this part right here, Jim, when it's coming up. Yeah.
Accents.
riff again.
Yep. All right.
Nice. Yeah, that brings back memories, Jim, for sure.
It does. It does.
It was a good time, right?
We did that all in one day.
That's right. It
We
was.
actually had to come back and do some of the vocal overdubs another time, but we spent like a 14-hour day at the studio
That's right,
to get that recorded.
I
And
remember that.
that's unusual because
Right, yeah.
you get tired after about 8 hours.
Right. Yeah. Jim, I remember, and this is some good advice for anybody who's, trying to put a song together and write a song. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, I remember we had a very limited time.
Yeah.
So we had a certificate that we were going to get to be able to go write this song. We had a very limited time. I think we had 30 or 45 days. So we knew that we had to get our lyrics down. We had to get the structure down. And Jim did most of that work. And we tweaked it a little bit and then went into the studio, added a few extra things. But yeah, you're right. It was one solid day and hard work, being in the studio and setting up, getting it done. And then we knocked it out.
Yeah.
Knocked it out. It was great. So this song, ladies and gentlemen, you can find this song, Get On Down, on iTunes. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Spotify. So do us a favor, get out there, check it out, download it, put it in your truck on your way home, and just listen to the lyrics, listen to the words, and the composing of the song, the starts and the stops, all that stuff. I always love that for sure. What a great song. Yeah.
It's a good song.
It is, yes. All right, awesome. Jim, you want to play another one for us, or what are you thinking?
I'm good.
You're good. All right, awesome. All right, Michael, let's go to the YouTube comments. Anything else on the YouTube comments that we have out there?
Yeah, another one. I think this one's more for Jim.
Okay.
It's what's the best piece of advice another musician ever gave you?
Very good question, right?
I would say I've had so much good advice come down. I guess the main thing that I have learned from other musicians is to stick with it. Don't give up. You got it, and part of that is pressing through and practicing and learning your instrument. But just being encouraged, I think, is probably the best thing that I had heard from anybody, and it helps to be around other people. And guys, if you're guys and girls to play, you need to play with other people. Don't just play in your basement. You need to get out, and flash jam is the perfect way to do that.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. Yep, and I think Jim Lee also mentioned that last week was if you're in your basement and you want to get out, don't worry about how good you are. Don't worry about, I don't want to sound. Just get out there. There's all kinds of skill levels out there. Get out there, get with people, and just start playing. Start playing. Have some fun. Music's supposed to be fun, and sometimes when you feel stressed about it, just close your eyes, get out there, and make it happen. Another thing, Jim, I was thinking about this earlier as we were having our conversation, but one thing that I like to do a lot, and again, different things work for people. I'll sometimes jump genres. I'll jump to a different genre like R&B or classic or hard rock or heavy, whatever. And there's something about jumping to that different genre that just sparks the creativity. Sparks the creativity, and maybe it's something you're not used to. Maybe you're not used to country. Maybe you're not used to hip hop. And you get to that other genre and you start listening to it, and it's something about it just creates these these sparkles in your mind, in your head, and then by the time you know it, you get your own idea. And it's about putting all those pieces together. A lot of musicians, believe it or not, they listen to various types of music. I know there's some Tejano bands that I like to follow. Tejano is a mix of Spanish and country, pretty big in South Texas. And there's some Tejano musicians that I know, and they're like, hey, I listen to rock and roll. I listen to classic. I listen to some heavy metal. And they start to put the pieces together, and they create their own recipe, and make their own songs. And there's some great songs out there. So, yeah, awesome. All right. Once again, let's go to the sponsor video. I do also want to thank my sponsor very, very much for participating and supporting the Local Vibe music podcasts. Here's the video. Awesome. Yeah. Once again, reach out to Event and Airport Transportation LLC, 720-699-1575. And, you can't miss that website either, right? www.limo.limo. Give him a call, and he's going to hook you up with a good ride. It's got some great vehicles. Check those out. And we'll take you to Red Rocks, take you to the ski resorts, bring you back from the airport if you're just tired and don't want to drive. This guy will take care of all that for you, all right? So definitely give him a call. All right, awesome. Well, I think this kind of wraps up the show. Is there anything else, Jim, that you'd like to talk about or get out there?
Just to all you aspiring musicians, don't give up. Hang in there.
Nice. Yeah. All right, and then I do have a few other dates on my outro video here that I want to mention to you guys. I do have a full schedule, and so if you know anybody out there that wants to get on the podcast, definitely send them my way. Check out my Facebook, check out my YouTube. You can get my email. Send it my way, and I would love to get them into the studio here and get them on the podcast. Once again, the Local Vibe podcast is dedicated to all the local musicians out there. So on Thursday, December 4th, we're going to have a full band in here, which are Vetras. They're also a local band here in the southern Colorado area. They'll be coming on stage. And then December 11th, Sol Over Luna is going to be here with Carla Vanessa. She'll be in the studio, and they're going to be performing some live songs, so that's going to be cool. And if you haven't heard those guys are amazing too. So they're going to be coming here as well. And then Iron Philly, I got our logo there. We are actually playing tomorrow. We'll be in Watkins, Colorado at Lulu's. So if you guys are out there in that neighborhood, it's kind of out east. It's a great place. They got some great food, beautiful stage. Come out and check us out as well. We'll be out there, all right? All right. Well, appreciate you guys. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the Local Vibe podcast channel. And I appreciate it, Jim. Let's wave bye to everybody. All right. We'll see you guys later. Thank you very much.